And again guys, another amazing rare beauty. So this is basically the GZOX version of the NSX GT. And I like the GZOX colour scheme. I like it. I mean, I'm not a big fan of the old NSX shape. The GT shape I absolutely love. The newer versions, but the old one I'm not really into the shark fin kind of look, and I don't know, man. I mean, don't get me wrong, these are sought after and they've still kept their value and people are wanting these, and there's that many of this shape of NSXs that were released by Kyosho that you still see them all over the internet, and they've kept their value, people want them. This particular one interested me because it was GZOX, and I know their colour schemes are really good because what they did in that Nismo was amazing, man. That was just, you know, definitely one of the best colour schemes I've seen in a car. Okay, as in the infamous Honda S2000. And again, guys, these are really hard to get hold of now. I've not really seen any sellers, I've not seen sellers in the UK that have had these in stock. It's basically been America or it's been Japan, and some guys for the whole bundle of all these 3 Mini Z cars, they're wanting something like almost £400. So, but yeah, I was pretty fortunate that I managed to get them quite a bit cheaper than that. I am so looking forward, guys, to making my police chase vids with these cars. I've got a whole setup going on, guys, where I'm going to have trains in there. I've got construction trucks. I have got, as well as that, many other things that are in there. I've got all the roads, drifting track, forest kind of look. I've got the cities, I've got the buildings, everything. I just need the blooming space. I've got no space to make it. It just takes up a lot of space because I've got it all packed in boxes. So this new house, in the old house had the attic, and I had that kind of like freedom to do it, but not really the same in this house. But anyway, feast your eyes on that little beauty. Skyline is up next. Okay guys, so here we have the Honda. This is the rare brig Honda NSX GT version. And guys, you know I like my GT, my NSX GTs. I think they look proper cool. I've got the in one, the Epson one, and also this rare brig one. This is probably the least favourite of mine. Not to hate on it, but yeah. I don't think it's totally amazing. It's alright, it's got a decent colour scheme. This has become pretty rare now. But yeah, but I would definitely pick the other ones in a heartbeat over this. But it's still a decent shell and worth having, and, you know, a worthy member of the fleet. And again, with this one, I think the only thing was, it hadn't been used, but the wheels had been, I think the seller had used the wheels somewhere else, and I wasn't too fussed. So, wheels you can always replace and put there. I'm not too fussed if it's not looking amazingly stock. So, yeah. But you can tell it's not really had much use at all. Okay guys, so here's a Mini Z. I've never really had a 7-seater SUV. I think this is a Honda Odyssey. But yeah. So I managed to get some wheels that match. So it's not looking too bad. And I've never actually used one of these in my vid. And I actually thought it would be pretty funky to drift, you know, an SUV 7-seater, but it's the wheelbase. Most drift cars are about 90mm, go to 94mm. That wheelbase is long. That's looking over 98. That's probably about 102, if not more. So, but that's one of the things I wish, you know, Kyosho had kind of tackled. I wish they'd have actually brought out drifting cars with a longer wheelbase. It's just like, you know, you've got some of the, I've always said, guys, some of the best Mini Z body shells are always the wide MM versions and the 98mm. And here guys we have my all-time favourite Kyosho Mini Z. I mean, this was the first or second rare Mini Z I'd bought, and from that day till now nothing's changed. It's still the baddest Mini Z they've got. That beautiful blue chrome, I've seen no other Mini Z with that kind of chrome on it, and then it blends into the chrome at the bottom, which is like a silver kind of look. And even with the bumpers, the blue that they've got there, it's like a metallic effect on it. With the wheels, it's amazing. So this is basically the Kaihin Honda HSV010. This is the Super GT version of 2010, and this is number 17. And this, from what I know guys, is super rare. So this is one of them officially limited edition cars. Only 1,500 were made. I do like that. That will look pretty cool on most cars. And I do have them F1 stickers, guys. I don't know if you've ever seen some of them F1 stickers on drift wheels. They look pretty cool. So might be something to put on. But I do like the fact it's a longer wheelbase. I do like that. I prefer that. That is nice. Yeah, man. See, that will fit under a lot of cars. A lot of the cars that I've got, I mean, I love my Ferraris, my Lamborghinis, Aston Martins, and they're all wide, 98mm wide body shells. So I'm hoping to get this under there. All I've got to do is, because this is not the widest chassis going, but all I've got to do is put wide wheels on. Simple. You know, just put some wide ones in the front, wide ones in the back. I've probably got about 3mm offset wheels. Stick them on, should be okay. And I just got some recently that were really big, that were for the Mini Q. They're really wide as well, and they're big. They're really big. Okay, right, like that. Oh man. Okay, so they haven't. That has to be one of my all-time favourite looking cars. I think just generally all GT cars look loads better than the actual stock versions. And that's definitely going to be in my vids, guys, that I'll be making soon. So be ready and be tuned up for that to come. I think I prefer this one to the Epson one, even though the Epson decals look a little bit more detailed and more interesting. But yeah, I don't know, maybe it's just the silver, but it just seems to have a real mean look to it, man. You know, that is like a masterpiece. So we shall put on the white Epson one now. So yeah, beautiful, man. I could just keep that on there all day. I think that's got to be in my top 5 out of my Kyosho Mini Zs. Definitely my top 5. And I'm so glad I managed to get that. They were looking at like £150. That's without shipping, guys. You know, from Japan. A lot of money, man. A lot of money. And you know what? A little bit of bargaining. You know, I managed to get 2 for a really good price. So as I say, guys, this was like an added bonus. Came with the Mazda Roadster. I didn't know it was an S2000. Beautiful. And someone saved me the hassle of painting the hood, bonnet, and the back. And I'm tempted, and that's metallic blue, I can tell that's metallic blue. It's got a nice little sparkle to the actual paintwork. And I'm pretty tempted to decal that out. So I've got the Fast and Furious S2000, which was like the anime edition. Well, had the anime character on the side of it. It was in pink. Quite a famous car, really. Probably the most famous S2000 about. And then I've got it in yellow. And the yellow's become interesting, guys, because it's become super rare in Japan. And they're like 150, 160 pounds. But I didn't think they had red lights. I just thought blue lights on emergency services were just like a must-have. But obviously in Japan that's not the case. It would have been awesome if that was the newer NSX, well, the one that's the GT version, which is just mad. Totally blown out, beautiful. And they've got a new NSX as well, which I have in like a metallic blue, and that's got a nice shape to it. This shape's obviously a bit dated, isn't it, guys? But it looked pretty cool in racing chase videos. So I thought, you know what, it's starting to get hard to come by, and before they actually become really difficult to get hold of, I might as well just get one right now. And that's what I did. So, and the last one, guys, is going to be this BMW, which is nice. Okay, so it has become rare. I am in the process, guys, of doing my rare mini Zs, and I've got through 2 boxes so far, big boxes. I've got a third one left, which I've got to uncover. It's like hidden and blood stuff. And once that's done, I can do a 2 compilations. One of the ones that have become rare, and the other that are officially rare. So that basically means that Kyosho said that they've only made 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, 3,000. So that's officially rare. So a bit of both, because other ones aren't officially rare, but they're so hard to get hold of. Okay, guys, I do apologise. We've got dogs barking, and somebody just started to decide sawing. I'll wrap this one up pretty quick. So this is the Honda Acura RSX, or if you're in Europe, it's the Honda Integra. And again, X-Mods body shell, not a perfect fit. It's going to need to be modded. It's got carbon fibre on the bonnet and the nice black spoiler. And I like the way the front looks like it's kind of kitted out with a splitter at the bottom. So yeah. Can't believe it started right now. So yeah, so that's a nice looking shell. I'm going to use that in drift vids. Oh, it's got like a diffuser on the back as well. Okay, interesting. So yeah, like that body shell. From what I know, that's not a Mini Z body shell. I don't think they've ever brought one out. That's an Acura or an Integra. So yeah, I mean, that was probably what swayed me towards getting these shells, because there's some that I know that Kyosho hadn't made. So yeah, that will look pretty mean under a Mini Z, and I'm so happy that the dimensions are similar, because if these shells were too narrow or too wide, it would be a problem. But it just seems that you could finagle your way around this by having your wheel offsets set up properly for this particular body. But yeah, it'll look pretty cool, guys, once it's set like that. It obviously looks a bit like a freak Frankenstein of a car, but once it's set up and looking kind of sweet, it'll be alright. You know, whenever I film, there's always somebody starts something. It's a conspiracy, man. I'm sure they've got a telescope and they're watching me. Okay, let's move on. Okay, guys, so here's the Epson, and like I was saying, that it's kind of rare in Japan at the moment right now, and I only saw one on eBay, and it was what they were asking for, some good money. It was about £100. So generally, this HSV shell is a decent shell, guys. The spoiler on the back and that one exhaust just looks crazy. They had an energy version in silver, really nice, and obviously this one nice as well. And like I said, I've got the Kaihin one, which is 1 out of 1,500 in chrome. It's pretty hard to get hold of nice blue chrome shells in the Mini Z versions, but they are amazing. They look really cool. It's got different wheels and obviously completely different setup for the decals and everything. But yeah, nice machine, nice machine. So yeah, nice little addition, guys, to the Mini Z beasts. Okay, let's move on.